Hi everyone, this is Mr Neel Raithatha, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for tuning into this latest video. So for a patient who attended with a fully blocked right ear, their ear canal was very narrow and very slit. And when I say slit, everyone's ear canals are oval shaped. Therefore, the height of the ear canal is wider, greater than the width. However, in this patient, it was more elongated, even more pronounced. So the height was far more superior and significant than the width, which gives it a slit appearance. Therefore, we had to navigate into the ear safely without making contact with the canal walls. The patient had been using drops, which has softened the wax quite a lot. Sometimes you can over soften the drops with drops, and it turns the wax into almost like a reservoir or a mushy consistency. The patient also has quite a lot of dead keratin, so the skin that lines the ear canal and eardrum, as it dies, and you have a fresher layer of skin underneath, this dead layer of skin should naturally migrate sideways out of the ear like a conveyor belt. However, when you sometimes have a slit ear canal like this, the skin also gets trapped within the ear. And you can see I'm just wriggling the suction probe there, it just got blocked a bit. So we've removed the lateral, the more outer part of the earwax, so we're a bit more medial towards the eardrum. And again, I'm just taking this out layer by layer. I didn't really want to put any more drops in because the patient had really dosed their ear with the drops. And we're probably in the latter third of the ear canal now. You can see there's a bit of skin adhesions here around the edge, which is attaching itself not only to the ear canal wall, but also to the perimeter, the outer part of the earwax. So the posterior part of the eardrum's just been revealed there. Again, I'm just shaking the suction probe because it just got blocked. Sod's law, as soon as I come back out, it gets unblocked and I have to get ready to go back in. So just going for the base of the ear canal now. I'm just slowly lifting this upwards and away from the base to detach it from the canal wall. So again, the wax is a bit soggy, it's the best description I can give. Got to be careful not to penetrate too far in with the suction probe, because then the soft gooey wax can, just like I did there, it can block the suction probe. So you just almost want to kiss the surface of the wax, but you do need a bit of give, a bit of purchase as well to bring it outwards. So it's just some wax on the anterior canal wall, and this is why an endoscope is far superior in my view to any other technique, a visualization technique when viewing the ear to perform earwax removal. It's just because it gives you this wide panoramic view. You can see the whole ear canal and eardrum in one shot. So we can see both the posterior, the anterior and the superior portions of the eardrum, which means we can see the back, the front and also the top part of the eardrum. So it's just this earwax in the central region and also the inferior quadrant, so the bottom part of the ear canal. And it's quite sticky, it's right on the drum. You can see there the drops, the oil that's the patient's been using. So it's just embedded itself within the wax. So it's really gooey there. So again, the patient's symptoms are alleviated, but I'm just going to go mop up that little bit of soft wax that's at the base and the inferior recess. And that view, for even now after 6 years performing earwax removal with the eye clearscope that we developed, just still sometimes blown away by the view that we've managed to achieve. That's the patient's tympanic membrane, the eardrum, so it looks healthy enough. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and you're gonna, in the UK it's a bank holiday, so I am actually working today, got so busy, but take care guys, bye.